All right. What's going on, guys? Full slate college football. Where's my football? Where's my football? I mean, come on, guys. It's June. I need football. I think I can make it. We got, what, 70 days? 60, 70 days till college? And then whatever, good enough. And then wait a little bit longer for NFL. Today's video, let's get into it. Initial reactions. I have not looked at the slate yet. We're going to go through college football spreads. Nothing in depth, nothing crazy, no statistics. I'm not going to bore the shit out of you guys. We're just going to look at stuff, couple seconds each, I'll give you initial thoughts. You let me know in the comments your initial thoughts, which ones you agreed with, which ones you thought I was completely out of bounds on. Everything here on the channel, even if you guys are really angry in the comments, is totally welcome. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this. Let me change my screen. It should be about good. Maybe I'll make it a little bigger. All right, here we go. So this is where we have the slate, and the first game is Navy and Notre Dame. You know what, man? I have no idea. I really don't. I mean, I was going to try to give you guys some opinions on every game, but I think we're going to have to skip quite a few. It's college. It's not NFL. It's going to be harder to go over everything and not make a terribly long, boring video. So I'm going to skip that one. Same with San Diego State, Ohio. I don't know enough. Hawaii, Vandy. Vandy's always garbage, but I don't know. San Jose State and USC. I think USC is going to be absolutely ripping again. I think they're going to be absolutely cooking again. I just have tremendous faith in Lincoln Riley. Being a Big 12 guy, being a West Virginia graduate, that's a powerful man in college football. I think they're going to be absolutely on fire. I'd lay the 29.5. I think they win by more than 30. Kent State, UCF, finally in the Big 12. You know what? I'll have to do, we'll have to look up some schedules too, because the conference I'm going to focus on mostly here on the channel is the Big 12 as a West Virginia graduate. So we're going to go over schedules. I'll give you guys kind of predictions on who I think is going to win the conference, some stuff like that. So if that sounds good, definitely make sure you're subscribed. You know what? I think Kent State might be able to cover that number. 34.5 is quite a bit. Kent State can be okay at times, but it's a home game for Central Florida. First game of the year, 7 o'clock. It's at night, and being in the Big 12 now, they're gonna want to get off to an absolute rocking start. They're gonna want to show people what's up. We're here. We're in the Big 12. We mean business. We can be contenders in this Power 5 system. So that's a tough one, but right now, if I had to, I'd probably grab the 34.5, and even if it's, 28-0 at halftime, somehow hope that Kent State can rally late and score maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns in junk time when nothing matters and get it back to our cover. Definitely not a game I'm interested in wagering on. NC State and Connecticut, I'd probably lay the points with NC State there, but it's a night game. It's a home game, and it's college football. College football is not the NFL. This is a whole different animal. Almost 17 points over 2 full touchdowns. First game of the year. You never know. I'd probably, if I had to, though, I'd lay the points right now, despite the number. Nebraska, Minnesota. Man, that hook likes it. I bet that hook is going to be the difference. I bet that 7.5 is going to be the difference. People are early on Nebraska. A lot of the money on Nebraska, about even on the spread. So there's some decent money coming in for an upset here. You know what? I kind of like it. But for now, spread reaction, initial reaction, yeah, I think I'm going to have to grab the 7.5 if I had to. Florida and Utah. Wasn't that the same week 1 last year? All right, whatever. I can't pull up the schedule. Doesn't matter. Oh, man. That quarterback, the loss of him, that's probably going to hurt a little bit too much. Utah doesn't exactly run through 5-star talent at that level. I think they got a little bit of a better core group, enough returning players, home game, good defense at home. They always play well at home. I'm probably going to have to lay the 9.5. I bet they win by 10 or more. Miami, I don't know. You never know what Miami is. Central Florida, Michigan State. It's kind of like, where's Michigan State been for a while? I don't really want to touch that. Louisville, Georgia Tech, same thing. Don't want to touch it. I'd grab the 8.5 with Georgia Tech. They're usually fairly competitive. I would take the 8.5 at home. Yeah, I'd take the 8.5 at home with Louisville. Let's see the stats on that one. Huh. People are on Louisville. I'm on the other side. I'd take the 8.5. Stanford, Hawaii. It's an away game. It's college football. Never know. Stanford was kind of hit or miss last year. Man, they screwed me over in one or two spots, though. No opinion. Michigan laying a huge number against ECU. The fact that it's on the road, I'd probably have to lay the points. I think Michigan's going to come out guns blazing this year again. Try to get this thing done. Ball State, Kentucky. It's a lot of points. Kentucky doesn't really win. Man, I don't think. I can't remember the exact statistics. I don't think they've won week 1 games of a margin of that level against non-power teams. I think I saw a statistic the other day. I can't remember it. I will have these type of things in more in-depth videos. Utah State and Iowa. Can Iowa score enough to cover 21.5 even against Utah State? I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to be a shutout. 24-0, something like that. 24-3. Get screwed on the hook. I'm not interested in betting on this. Look at that. A lot of people are on Iowa. Or on Utah. Like wow. That's crazy. So the big money's on Iowa. But a lot of people think Utah will cover. Huh. It's interesting. So people that are putting down big money, big checks, grabbing stuff early. They're laying it with Iowa. Here we go. Colorado TCU. Now 20.5. Man, I didn't think it was going to be 20.5. I'm laying the points. I'm absolutely laying the points here. I think the hype around Colorado is going to be crazy. There is only one thing I don't love about this game. It's a noon game, and that's East Coast time. So it's an early game. Man, that sucks for TCU. I hope that doesn't affect them. Their energy would be rocking if it was nighttime. But I think the TCU players want to basically show Colorado, like, yo, you social media stars, you NIL money, like people, Dion, all this hype around Colorado and how many wins they're going to get this season. Yeah, I think they get stomped. It'll be fun to watch Deion Sanders' post-game press conference after game 1 against TCU, and look at that. See, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't know the hype around Colorado football would be that bad. And look, Vegas still gives you almost 3 full touchdowns on the spread. I would absolutely lay the points with TCU. I think it's going to be an absolute beating. And you know what? Look at the first half. Don't even let Colorado try to get their stuff together at halftime, because Deion's going to lay into them at halftime. If they're down big at halftime, he's going to be screaming, and they might come out with a decent effort in the second half. But 94% and 93% on Colorado. Home game for TCU. TCU needs no explanation here. I know I'm a Big 12 guy, but my God, I think this is going to be a beatdown. Lay the points with TCU, absolutely. Boston College at home. Don't know if they get past 10. Virginia, Tennessee. Don't want to touch it. Arkansas State and Oklahoma. I would lay the points. That's a huge spread. I get it. 32.5. Public's pretty heavy, but I would lay the points. I would lay the 32.5 with Oklahoma. I think they're going to be ripping this year. Potentially win the Big 12. I'll go over the conference winner of my prediction on that in another video. But yeah, Oklahoma's the real deal offensively. They're going to be nasty. Purdue, just don't bet on that school. They're just so brutally inconsistent. Ohio State opens up at Indiana, laying almost 4 touchdowns. Wow. What's people doing early with their money? kind of spread over. I have no interest in touching that. Too many points for me for a week 1 away game. But I guess it's manageable. If Ohio State can come in nice and focused, they probably get by that number. They probably win by somewhere in the 30s. Rice and Texas. Love Texas here. You know what? I was concerned what this spread would be, but I don't even care. 35. I was going to actually expect higher. I thought it would have been somewhere around 41, closer to those opening Bama spreads. People are on Texas early. I'm not really worried about that. By the way, these statistics this time of year, they don't hold too much weight because there's only been so much money that's pouring in. So I would lay the points with Texas here. Texas is going to be the real deal this year. Real deal this year. They might have 3 losses in the Big 12, maybe 2. Boise State, Washington, not really sure. Washington's usually pretty fire at home. I'd have to double check Boise State. I think they lost a coach last year? 2 years ago? Last year. See if that quarterback's Blake Shapen. See if he's back. I think he's back. He's definitely back. So, Baylor should be pretty good. They got that really good running back too. So, their offense will be pretty good. Maybe consider putting them into some kind of a mega teaser, which I usually do every week for fun. And I will have those here on the channel. So look forward to like 14 team teasers if you're into that sort of thing. South Carolina, North Carolina, I'd probably go with the Gamecocks. I'd probably go money line. I see a spread of 1.5. I don't really care. I just can't buy into North Carolina in football. Sorry, can't do it. SEC, I'll take it. South Carolina, Gamecocks on the money line. You still got what's his face over there, Spencer Rattler, right? He should still be there. So, yeah, South Carolina wins that game. High scoring. Maybe take the over. What was the under-over? 62.5? Over. Texas Tech. Man, they're going to be pretty good this year, I think. Sneaky good. But do I want to lay 14 with them on the road? No, I don't. Not at least in week 1. Bama. I think Bama could be scary this year because I think they finally, not fell off, but they're not the juggernaut anymore. They're not the absolute king anymore, and I think they're gonna be playing hard, maybe harder than normal. What? No, don't lock me out. Here we were, West Virginia, opening up at Penn State. You know what, Neil Brown? He's been terrible, but at least it's been a consistent program now for a little bit. Consistently bad, but there's been a big change. Now we have a mobile quarterback. We have C.J. Donaldson, maybe the best running back in the Big 12. Definitely some returning starters on the O-line, couple All-Americans. Pretty good D-line for West Virginia, but I think the West Virginia backers and secondary absolutely suck. Special teams, pretty good. But it's at Penn State. It's a night game. It's an old rivalry. First game of the year. That's a tough place to play. But look at the total, 54.5. Pretty low. West Virginia is going to run the ball a lot. I think they cover. I think Penn State wins by about 10. I don't think the Mountaineers are going to go down. Neil Brown knows the pressure is going to be he's maybe going to get killed if he doesn't perform this year and at least go 7-5. I mean, that sounds so terrible. What happened to this program? It's fun when I was there, but man, it sucks now. I miss Dana Holgerson. But yeah, I think West Virginia covers that number. But don't bet it now. It's going to creep up. I bet it gets closer to 21 by the time that game comes around. I would definitely take 3 full touchdowns with West Virginia. Absolutely. Old Dominion, VTech. VTech could be looking for revenge. I think they got upset by Old Dominion last year early in the season. But Old Dominion's no slouch, and they know they can beat them. Could be kind of a sketchy game. I expect Virginia Tech, though, to come out guns blazing. That place rocks at night. 6 stadium. They really get turned up. So, night game, first game of the year. Bad season last year. Probably chomping at the bit to get things together. I just don't know what type of talent is really on that team. I'd probably lay the 12.5 with the Hokies, but not a game I want to touch right now. Coastal. I think Coastal is going to start falling off hard. They had a nice little decade worth of football here, but yeah. I think it's going to fall off really hard. I bet UCLA smashes them pretty good. Northwestern and Rutgers, no clue. Both probably trash. I'd probably go Northwestern if I had to. Florida State. Wow, the same matchup again. Another LSU Florida State. Huh. Okay. You think you gotta go with the home team. I think you gotta go with Florida State. I think it's week one. It's week one college football. There's things that are just not gonna make sense. I know the LSU program is gonna, they're in an uptrend right now, with Brian Kelly down there. But I think week one, you get 2.5 points. I think you take it. I think you take it with the home team. Clemson, Duke. Man, Clemson. Are they ever going to get back to like looking supreme? Or are they just going to be kind of flat and mediocre for a while? I don't know. Seems like a low number. Not interested. Nebraska, Colorado. So now we're starting to get into week 2, and I'm going to go ahead and call it quits right here. So just some initial reactions. If I had to give you 2 games that I like the best, 2 games that I like the absolute best out of this whole slate. 2 games that I like the absolute best. I think I like Baylor at home. Laying 26.5. Really like that offense. I like Texas laying the huge number of 35. I don't care. That could be quickly 40-0, and then they just back off the gas and cruise to like a 51 to like nothing crazy. Maybe like 51-10. A little bit of points for Rice in junk time. I think Texas stomps them. I like Texas. I like Baylor. Was there one more that I really liked? Oklahoma. That's too many. Against Arkansas State, probably TCU. I really like going against this Colorado hype. I like the home team there, the better team, the better program. I like TCU to smash them. And of course, I pick. so I scroll through, and of course, I pick the Big 12, right? I go with the Big 12 games. And for a reason. Home teams in the Big 12 do very, very well statistically, and I like these matchups. So there's 3 that I like initially. Guys, just initial reactions. I mean, we're just barely getting the wheels turning. I'm just coming on here and giving you guys a refresher. We're all doing this together. We're all just taking a peek. It's a slow, steady battle. I'm going to go more in depth week by week. We're going to start breaking stuff down, conference by conference. By the time things roll around, we're going to be in good shape. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think and which games you like for week 1 in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.